what that is.
Letting
You know
people
what I
it
mean?
ain't that hard. Like, it is hard. Don't get it twisted. Work is hard work, but it's harder to go to work for somebody else.
I think we just already started the podcast.
Oh, what up, though? What up, people?
I think we might use most of that. But we can just keep
Let's
it
go.
going like that. Welcome back to Surviving Startup. I am one of your hosts, Jamon. I am the video guy.
And I am Terry Sylvester, the detailing guy. Let's go. How y'all today?
Just that. Yeah, man. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. I can't complain, man. Like, great. I'm doing great. I can't complain at all, bro. Like, when I say great, like, I feel good as a parent. Like, so my son just graduated.
High school?
Graduated high school.
That's what's up. Congrats.
Going to Indiana Wesleyan University with a football scholarship, but as a middle linebacker, right? Dope.
That's dope.
Super dope. My middle child just finished her freshman year, but when she finished her freshman year, well, throughout the year, she decided to run for the class president, whatever that means. I wouldn't know, bro. I ain't no president. So she won and became a class president as a freshman. So she's a freshman, was a class president. My baby just left 5th grade, but they had this whole ceremony thing.
Mm-hmm.
And with the ceremony thing, they use it just like college or high school.
Yeah.
And they had a valedictorian. My baby was a valedictorian of 5th grade. So my 5th grader was a valedictorian. My 9th grader was a president of 9th grade.
A lot of good.
And my son just graduated going to Indiana. I'm a proud parent, bro.
That's what's up, man.
Really,
I love it. That's what's up.
That's dope.
Hey, that's the accomplishment.
We brag different.
That's the real accomplishments in life.
We brag different.
You know
we brag different, bro.
That's the real accomplishments in life. That's what I brag about. You know what I mean? So basically, I had 3 girls last year that graduated high school. One of my daughters went to Western.
Nice.
My other daughter, she's trying to be a flight attendant. Then
That's
one of
dope.
my daughters, she want to do. She right now she in hair, but I think she kind of more like me, so she probably gonna find something else.
Change it up
in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she want to do. But
flight attendant now.
Yeah.
That's something different that people don't tap into.
And right now, it's incentives for people to become flight attendants, so it ain't really as hard as it was before to become. You get free travel. You know what I mean? Like, it's perks that come with it.
You know what I mean? Ain't a bad job. They make straight money. And then you learn something that most people don't know.
Yeah, so
fly a plane. I like it.
Dope. So for me, bro, having good problems lately. You know what I mean? I got something up coming up.
Like that, good problems.
I got good problems lately. You know what I mean? I got something that's coming up in the works. I'm gonna tap in with y'all with that on the next episode or 2, maybe. You know what I mean? Put it together first.
Right.
But I got some things in the works, and that's why one thing I would say is, because we've been talking about your circle, that's been a big one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It kind of taps into what E.T. and Secret to Success talk about with building your own table. But the important thing really about that circle that you building or removing people from, the people that you want around you should be people that make you motivated to do greater.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
If you're around people that's keep you content at a certain level, then that's the only level that you're gonna really want to be in. And it's so crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I've been moving. I've been having problems, but like what I got going in the works right now is good. But I say that to say this, bro, because you make me think about shit like, excuse my language, you know what I mean? We just I won't like that. But no, for real though, like when we talk, our conversations make me think like, let me think a little bit bigger than this. I'm like, I can do this, but let me think a little bit bigger on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, as men too, it's kind of like when you around people, guess what? If you around people that's leveling up constantly, you seeing people that's leveling up, you're not going to feel comfortable in that circle unless you leveling up.
Unless you start moving with them.
You ain't going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel like uncomfortable. So you either going to take in that energy and explode with that momentum, because it all give momentum to each other. When you in those kind of circles, you giving momentum to each other.
Agreed.
So it's like, boom, you either going to fall out of the pack,
That's two type of people.
or you gonna run with the pack. And when the pack is doing more and running faster, you either gonna run faster, or you gonna fall out the pack. Damn. And really, that's how your circle should be. That's how your circle should motivate you. So I have some things in the work though. That's
moving. That's what's up. Man. I agree with that. Though there is two type of people. There's people that that's either gonna fold or flight, like you said, and your circle should dictate that.
And it will too.
And it will dictate
negatively, that. Whether it's negative or positive.
They're gonna keep moving, and most people either get mad or angry or envious.
But why? Because you feel uncomfortable in that circle.
Exactly.
If you in a circle that you don't fit in, you're not gonna feel comfortable in that circle.
No, man, I like it, man. You're supposed to keep it moving. That's what they're supposed to do. Keep it moving. Let's go.
Keep it moving.
Let's go.
So, yeah. I mean, I think we talked a lot about circles.
Yeah.
We ain't got to keep going into that. People probably understand by now. If you don't know,
if you don't, you ain't really gonna get it. I don't think. Maybe you should go read some books or something.
I don't know. Tap into different podcasts and all of that. Like, yeah. And I know one thing we were saying with what you were saying for your vision, wanted to do something like at low or no cost. And what I've been beginning to realize is that when you really want, I've been putting so much money into programs lately, bro. When you really want something,
it's gonna cost.
You'll pay for it. Okay. All right. So let me track towards this, bro. So I had the lesson bestowed upon me this week, right? Last week. I say last week, right? Last week we had a podcast. I couldn't contact you. I was running real late. I couldn't contact you because my phone,
technical difficulties.
My phone fell into the dash, right? Like at the top in the car, like at the by the windshield vent up there. It fell into that part. It was sitting up there while I was driving. So I took a little piece off, right? Take this little piece off. I feel the phone. I'm like, all right, I'm about to get it. Doom, it done fell deeper.
Oh, man.
It done fell deeper. So I'm like, man, I'm already thinking like I might have to take this mug to the shop, but I know I got business meetings, all kind of stuff coming up. And it's information that I need because I might miss stuff if I don't have this information, right? I ain't had my phone for like 3 days though, like that's literally, tough, bro. So that's now tough. I took something else off. When I took that off, I can see the phone, but I couldn't get to it. I couldn't reach back there just because that angle, because the windshield going up like this, so I couldn't get to it. So now I'm like, man, I'm really about to have to call this, like take it to the shop or something just to get my phone out the vent or get a new phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Either one is going to cost money that I don't want to spend right now. So I'm determined to get this phone, but I'm like, I'm probably going to have to take it to the shop. All right, next day I try again. I got that part off where I couldn't get to the phone at, right? As soon as I could touch the phone, bro, boom, it fell deeper. So,
yeah, bro, that's tough.
So it fell deeper, right? So I'm like, oh man, like I'm about to have to tear this car up, or you know, this car I got for my wife. You know what I mean? I end up having to sell mine, so I've been using hers.
That's tough.
And so I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to get this phone. I'm like, man, I'm about to mess something up in her car, have her car looking all raggedy. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm probably just going to take it to the shop. But these days that I'm working, I can't take it to the shop. So the next day, I'm like, you know what, man? I need my phone. I don't want to take it to the shop. I'm going to try this one more time. I stayed out there like 2 hours. I took a couple more things. But like, I had half of the dash off, bro. I swear I had like half of the dash off. Yeah, I made sure I put all the nuts in different spots so I know which goes which. But I took like half of the dash off. And then finally, even then, I had to reach in an awkward position to reach down and get the phone. Like, I barely could get it. It took most of the time after I got everything off, just trying to get the phone in the spot where it was at, right? And I was like, man, it just felt like, why is this happening? like it felt like something was going on like in the universe. So I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? Like every time I can get, and the other times when I could reach it, it was in the point where if I would have just grabbed it just right, I could have been had it. But it's like every time I get close, no, boom. Every time I get close, no, boom. So I'm like, man, it's a lesson in this. And that lesson is like you can't quit, but it's this, like, really, when you got determination, you got to have determination to make it to a set point. When you got determination for a set point or a certain thing, like, bro, it was times when I was like, I was ready to give up, go pay the shop, or go buy another phone.
Yeah.
But I already knew what that was going to look like. I know the shop was going to overcharge me
I like it.
for something simple. You know what I mean? I know another iPhone was going to cost something I didn't want to pay, you feel me? But my determination was I knew I had things going on in my life where I needed this phone. And I had already missed like 2 days off my phone. So my determination was to get that. So I say that to say this. When you have that determination to, I'm going to get there. Sometimes when you feel like I'm not going to make it, and you like, you know what?
Take one more step.
I'm going to get there. I don't feel like today I'm going to make it, but I'm going to keep doing, I'm not stopping. I'm still grinding this out because I'm going to get there.
I like that lesson, man.
But that's why you got to have a point, a set point.
And it's okay. And within that, though, like you said, what most people don't do, what you said you did do, is you step back, breathe about it, or slept on it, and attempted it again instead of you got frustrated, but you didn't let your frustration end it. And most people let their frustration end it when they can just step back, breathe.
And you'd be surprised how different stuff looks.
Breathe.
When you
and go back at it, because that last step is where the diamond's gonna be, like you said, bro.
A lot of times you stop 3 feet
stop
from
3
where to
feet
go,
before
man.
you had to go, and it's right there, and you gave up, and I like that, because that's what most people do in life. That lesson right there, they stop right when they're at the finish line.
One of the and it's like we understand, we have that I think everybody kind of had that concept in their head where it's like, nah, you ain't gotta go. But I think one of the critical points is a clearly defined set goal, point, whatever that may be, and it has to be worth it to you to put that tenacity behind it to make it there.
I love it.
Why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? For me,
it's okay to get frustrated. Just breathe about it.
Yeah,
just breathe it out.
So
you realize it ain't. We can figure it out.
Yeah. So we gonna figure it out, because for me it's giving my family knowledge and wisdom that I'm still learning, that I never had, that I know they need. You know what I mean? Why. And that's what it is. If I can give that to them, even if I can't, I'm gonna try my hardest to reach it to the points where and if I don't make it, it maybe wasn't meant. If I put 110% into trying to get to where I want to be, and I don't make it all the way there, then maybe it wasn't meant. But guess what? If I put 110% into that, I'm still going to be way further than I was if I only put 50, 10, 20%.
Yep.
I needed that lesson right there, bro. Yeah. And I think for me, the critical point was you need to have that clearly defined thing.
And like you say earlier, it's okay to go big too. Because what I learned is, what a cat told me is, you go big. Because when you short side yourself, it's easy to hit a short goal. It's easy to hit that shortly. But when you say for instance, like I want 100 acres, and I was doing my vision board, and I was trying to find something with 100 on it, and my son was like, "You always talking about go big or go home. Why don't you put 300 on it? There's 300 right there." And I was like, you know what? I want 300 acres. But then the cat told me, like, if you shoot for something. If I shoot for 30%, I'm probably going to hit 20%. If I shoot for 110%, I'm going to probably hit 80%.
And that's where it happens.
You get what I'm saying? So if I shoot bigger, I might not hit that, but I'm going to hit bigger than what I thought I was going to do. If that makes sense.
I think it makes total sense. If I would simplify how I interpret that, right? Take that. Let's take real life obstacles.
Real
right?
life.
So you want to start a business. Man, I need an LLC. I don't know how to do an LLC. You know why you want to start that business. You know where you want that business to grow. You know how big you want that business to look and why you're doing it. Mm-hmm. That why is going to push you to figure out every step of the way.
Exactly.
Because the reason I said that story is because every step of the way, you know what? And two, look for help. And that's one thing I really didn't do. I'm like, I need to stop and just look at YouTube real quick so I can make this a little bit easier. And I could have made it easier on myself. I got to the goal because I had the tenacity to get to the goal. So, yeah, but I could have made the journey easier on myself. You know what I mean? But when we get into those situations, those slow us down. And the thing is, once you get slowed down here, and then by the time you get it, you ain't got that tenacity. You get it, your stuff is moving slow. And then what happens is when stuff get drawn out too slow, too long, that gives you room for discouragement. That gives you room for your excuses to stop you completely. So you just got to go in full.
I don't mind.
110, like you said, 110. Even if you hit 80, you still gonna be shot up there. You know what I mean? But if you shoot low and you ain't really,
it's like basketball. Like who they say shoot 1,000 shots before they leave the court. If you only shoot 50 shots, you'll never make 1,000 shots. If you shoot 1,000 shots, you got 1,000% chance to make 100.
Exactly. So now when you in a game, when it's game time,
it's easy. You do
that
this.
Percentage is gonna play itself out.
You do this every day.
So you gotta go. You just gotta go in there hard, man. You gotta. And I say that to say this.
I like that.
Like for me, it's time to go harder. And then what I just learned from this next move that I'm trying to do right now is the levels, bro. Like we understand, right? It's levels to this.
Yeah.
But what happens is you will work to reach a certain level,
get comfortable,
and like get comfortable with it, or find yourself with a barrier going to the next level, right? A lot of times we want to prepare for things like, okay, I want this, but that's the next level for me. But when I get this, this, and that, then I'm gonna do this, and that, and then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
right. So for this thing that I'm trying to do, I really was like, you know what? Let's take the next year, prepare, make sure we're ready. Then I saw something. I was like, you know what? Nope. Let's do it now.
Let's just do it.
Now it's like in the situation you was in, where you got to come up with all of this money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, like that's like I got to come up with all of this money by a certain time.
Yeah.
But guess what? Now I'm on a hunt.
You're gonna grind.
If I was waiting for that year, yeah, I would have got some. I would have been probably more set, equipped in a different way to make this move. But
now it's crunch time.
It's crunch time now. Now I gotta do it. So when you sometimes you have to put yourself in a situation to push yourself to the next level. Sometimes you just can't step to that next level. Sometimes you got to push yourself to that next level.
I like that way you said that, because when you said that, I was thinking about the thing I want to do with the kids, how we want to go fishing or whatnot. And I keep telling myself, when. If I promise these kids, because I don't make a promise I can't keep. If I just throw a date and make a promise,
as I said, let's just set a date.
Set a date. Make that happen.
Yep.
I'm glad you just said that.
Now when we set the date, then you gotta, and then you already know once you set the date, you gonna tell your wife, "Oh, babe, we trying to do this. We gonna do." Now your wife gonna come to you probably the next day, bro. Like, oh, y'all can go here, and this.
Because
you know what I mean.
Certain things you do push off. Be like, oh, we can do it then later.
Win this.
When I get this amount of money, when I make this happen.
Throw yourself in the furnace.
I like that.
Throw yourself in the furnace.
I like that.
I think that's a very important part. Like even in starting the journey.
And be willing to, you got to understand that the furnace is hot.
It's hot. You know what I mean? Especially if you putting your all into it. Because you run into disappointments. For me, really, I say, I don't speak for myself, bro.
Right.
but I feel like I'm probably not the only one. The hardest thing about this journey is developing yourself. It's turning especially if you don't come from entrepreneurship, if you never grew up around it, it's a whole different personality set of traits that you need to gain, that you need to learn. It's not just about doing it. Some people have natural traits that's entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's some people's natural state. But for a lot of people, that's not their natural state. So for me, the hardest part about it is just that personal development and learning all the things I need to learn and to be who I need to be as a person to be successful in business.
I like that though, but from listening to reading all the books I read, I don't think that's gonna ever stop personal development.
Definitely not.
So it's an ongoing situation that's you should always be doing. And I like that because most people don't even realize that part. Self
is the key.
A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. I want to do this. Or I want to do that because Facebook told me I can do it. And realistically, you ain't even figured out yourself.
And so you got to look at stuff like.
So do you really want to do? Is this what you really want to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like really? For
I would
real
say
though?
even looking at it from a perspective of, let's say, a small business that sells whatever type of items, right? They're doing small business here and there, and it's kind of looking like a hustle, right? Now I'm wondering,
still an employee.
is that your goal, right? Or would you wish your business to be making millions?
Yeah. I believe some people get comfortable with that.
Because and that's why you're still there, because if you're comfortable right there, if you're comfortable right there, then you're not even looking for the next steps that you have to take yourself to the next level.
And
some people have products that actually are amazing products where they can actually take those products to the next level, but they still on a hustle grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and with comfortability comes decline.
You already know what you can do, so you're doing it.
And then you start to decline. Everything starts to decline once you get comfortable to that comfortable spot.
Elaborate on that.
Meaning, most people get comfortable, I'm going to take a drug dealer. I'm going to go to the hood with it because that's what I know. When most drug dealers, right, you grow up, you know, you don't touch your own product. You watch your back, you on your P's and Q's, you don't do this, you don't bring dope to your house, you don't sell dope from your house, you don't do certain things, right? Once you start making money, all that starts to slack. Now homes can come pick it up from the house. Now you driving somewhere you wouldn't have drove before because you've been doing it for so long comfortably. You get what I'm saying? And that's when you fall. That's when most people fall because things start to slack. Let's go with Popeyes. It was great at first, but then they got comfortable and everything started to fall back. Your customer service starts to slack. Your pricing goes up and customer service starts to slack, so now you don't even get the customers that you used to have. It's a lot that goes on with being comfortable. You lose everything. And most people don't realize that until 10 years down the road and be like, oh, what happened? Let's fix it. You could have fixed it 10 years ago when you was comfortable.
Exactly. I think that kind of leads to another great point. Something that Gary Vee said a lot. I don't know if you listen to Gary Vee, but
I heard him a few times.
You got to run your business as if you're running it it's a business 5 years in the future.
In the future.
Because that's when you running it for, okay, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, social media, LinkedIn. These things are a must right now for advertisement. But just a few years ago, TV was a must for advertising. You know what I mean? So all the people that was stuck in the TV, and you got these big conglomerates, they marketing teams used to where they comfortable where they spent their money at. So now you have these small businesses taking the shares of the space in the social media world. Now you have a competitor that's big, almost competing with you because you were so comfortable in this thing, you didn't convert to the thing that was coming. You could see it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You told yourself it was good. We gonna survive. That's just a fad.
Yeah, we getting money over here. We been getting money since the 60s. What they think they...
What they gonna put newspaper out of business?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Happens. Who read newspaper?
Exactly. So, yeah, I agree. But, yeah, comfortability is not a thing, man. Don't get comfortable.
So then while we talking about... Hey, that dude... No lie, though, real talk. That's where... I think that's where you get where your wins start, right? Where you put yourself, because we say don't get comfortable. That means putting yourself out there in uncomfortable situations. That thing that you're thinking about, the first thing you can do, easiest thing that you can do, is start going around telling everybody about it.
Telling someone about it.
And sometimes it's like, okay, you don't want to tell everybody.
You don't even got to tell nobody about it. Just Google some things.
I know why I say that. Why I say that, right, is to say this. So now once you put it out there like that, once you start telling people, you starting speaking into existence, one. For two, you're starting to put something out there to make you feel accountable for yourself to get something started. So now after a certain time, you're going to feel uncomfortable around coming around these people because now what happened to that thing you was doing? Did you say you was doing? Oh, yeah, now you don't want. So you going to put yourself in uncomfortable positions if you ain't trying to do that. Now, given once you do what you said you going to do, them same people that was talking about what you didn't do, now they might hate on you because they see what you doing. And it might be the people close to you.
I love that. I like that.
You never know.
I like the way you interpret that one.
Because for real, like, look, once you start doing things that you say that's on your mind, because it ain't a lot of people that's actually doing the things that they say they want to do, which I'm going to try to do everything I say I want to do because life is too short. I'm work like we grow up sometimes in a place where you get comfortable with the fact that you will always be here in this state.
Yeah. And that's tough. That's a tough place to... That's a tough thought.
People don't even know because they stuck in that mind frame.
Stuck in that mindset. But how do you get out that mindset if you don't want to get out that mindset? If
you never want to get out that mindset, you never will get out that mindset. But I do understand that it's people who want to get out that mindset. Yeah. Segue, right? That's a good segue for what we was just talking about earlier with the podcast, right? Yeah. So for all the listeners, especially the dedicated ones, I know we got some dedicated listeners out there. Probably our main ones is our wives right now. But it's a couple people who've been reaching out, so I appreciate y'all. So where we going to try to take this podcast to is more of a journey. So we looking for those people who might want to do something but don't think they can or might think it's too hard.
Who has that idea in their head and it's been in your head since you was 15 years old and something's been telling you not to or whatever reason. You know, that one niche that you've been saying, I want to do this. I want to help people. I want to cut hair. I want to... That one thing is what we're trying to help people do.
And you might have even told somebody what you want to do, and they said, nah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Or they say, good idea, but you got a good career already. Or something like that.
What about that job? Your benefits are so great. Somebody just said this the other day. Benefits is a trick of the devil.
Bro.
I can't lie. My benefits is straight at my job. Bro. What we did they straight.
That was the lie I was told.
Benefits is a trick of the devil.
That was the lie I was
you comfortable,
told, bro.
Benefits you comfortable.
They say one of the reasons I became aware, we was talking about that last time. They say, go work at this place. You're going to get a pension. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. That was the mindsets of our grandparents. Mm-hmm. So I can't blame them. I can't knock them for telling me that or trying to get me on the right path.
In that time frame, it was a good job. In that time frame, that worked.
And the pension did sound good at a moment in time. But so I can't knock them for teaching me that. But F that pension. And you ain't guaranteed it because you can get fired tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. And you ain't even got to get fired. The company can go out of business.
It can close the doors on you tomorrow and lock them. And they legally can just lock the doors and you show up to your job and be like, Oh, where I work at? Oh, I've seen it happen.
Exactly. That's why I try to tell my kids, like, don't try to chase the money. Look at the skills you can get.
What can you
get
do?
skills. Get skills. Once you get skills, then you can build something that's your own, because a job can go out of business. You can be somewhere 20, 30 years. And then they say, oh, we getting rid of all the old people. Yep. New owners or something come in. They sold you putting your safety and the safety of your family in the hands of another man.
So those are the people we trying to do, man. If you got an idea in your head, let's do it. Let's go. I say start right now. Start today.
Start today. Start telling people about it.
And not only that, let's think about what you said about throwing it in the universe. Because I'm at the throwing it in the universe because I told you about my man Brian. You watch it. He watch it. So, Brian, we going to get that project going. I told you about it. I ain't going to tell everybody about it. But he one of the mans that got an idea in his head. And for whatever reason, he just don't want to. Or he want to, but
something
scared.
that's holding him back.
Something that's stopping
something
him
that's
from
holding him
doing
back.
it. And we going to get you on here. And we gonna start with that.
And then we gonna go through the journey.
We gonna go through the journey. Brian, you gonna be on here, you gonna tell us your journey and what we gonna do, bro. Just throwing that out there, sorry.
And then we gonna help you through the journey.
Yeah. But that's what we looking for, man. We can make it happen.
So and one of the things we building is
surviving startup. That's what it's about.
More of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Man, I'm just having a brain freeze right now. Resources. So we building resources, and we are building systems to try to help those people. Because, I mean, we've had mentors. We've been in this phase, and you know what? Like, we still building.
Still learning.
We still learning, but that's the key right there.
But we can help as we go. I used to believe that you can't teach something you don't know. Or that's what I used to believe. Like,
we had a conversation like that before.
But I don't agree with that. I made it this far. We know enough. We can help somebody start.
And the most experience you get is from doing.
And not only that, now you got a circle that we was talking about. A team, a circle that is down to do what we doing. We doing this. Let's go. Let's go.
So that's I think we gonna try in that format from now on, and I don't know how long we gonna take it, but whoever got that thing that they want to do, help you get to that, help you get to the start of it, to the middle, and to the point where you can just go.
And even if you don't know where they began, leave a comment and tell me what that thought is in your head.
I would love to know, like, what businesses, who have ideas for businesses that they haven't started.
Yeah.
Like, what's that business that you haven't started?
Let's go.
And why haven't you started it yet?
Let's go, because we can figure it out right now. We can figure it out.
I wonder what's the excuses that I used to tell myself before I started my business. I think one of the main things that I had for excuses was I don't have all the things that I need to start to do this business.
My excuse was I got a good job.
Why put all this time?
Why go through that? That was my excuse. I go to school. I'm a welder, bro. Like, people ask me that all the time. Like, why you do so much? You got a good job. Do I? You think I got a good job. It's a good job to you.
Because that's the comfortability that you're in. So.
Exactly. That was my excuse. That was really my excuse. I got a straight job.
I think that was one of the hurdles that I had to get myself over, because every time when it's like, okay, I want to move into these new different type of videos, the only thing that really stopped me from moving right into those type of videos was like, I don't have this equipment or I don't have that equipment. But really, it's an excuse, because when you got that tenacity, you'll figure out figure out the way to make that happen. You know, a lot
of times it don't even be, you be thinking you need this really elaborate equipment, when realistically you can start simple.
Exactly.
Like, that's when first I was like, I need this van, I need this such and such, I need this.
Hey,
This costs a lot of money.
you ever have an idea or a thought in that you didn't put it out into the universe in no type of shape or form, but then you see somebody else come out with it and you like, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So that's why I have no more excuses.
Like, for real.
No,
you
really.
gotta go to your ideas.
Really though, because there was a time when me and my wife, not my girlfriend, she was my girlfriend at the time. But it would be like, I got this idea I've never heard of, such and such and such. Tell it to her. A couple weeks later, months later, motherfucker really doing this, and it just popped up and really good at
popping.
it. Did it again. Same thing happened. My girlfriend used to go to the casino and she would call a number on roulette, but we don't put no money down. Mm-hmm. And when she called a number, every time it happened at least 4 times. So that happened 3 times with a person taking not my business because he ain't taking nothing from me. Yeah. It's just the idea in my brain. That happened 3 times, and my wife called a number 5 different times. And I told myself that will never happen again. You don't call a number unless we're putting money on it, first of all. I don't even want to hear it. Unless you put money down, I don't even want to care what's in your brain. Put money down. Secondly, if I got an idea in my head, I'm going to run it by my wife and we're going to figure it out because that happened so many times. So many times. And I ain't like, you know what, this dude making so much money and we could have did this a year ago, 2 years ago.
Then had the idea.
What's stopping you? What's stopping you?
And that's
Please let us know.
There. Shoot.
What's your idea?
What is it?
I don't even care what's stopping you actually because at that point, I mean, it's a good conversation, but I don't even care what's stopping you. Let's go.
I do, and I don't. The reason I do is because this is why I said my excuse. My excuse was this.
Right.
We have to realize these things that we're telling ourselves is stopping us are excuses. Any reason that we give ourselves for not doing something is really an excuse.
It's an excuse. It's an excuse.
Because if you want something bad enough.
The reason I don't want to know about that excuse, because that's what it is, an excuse, and I really don't care about your excuses. Let's go. Let's go.
Start today.
And not tomorrow.
Hey, if you like the video. Hey, put a thumbs down if you hate the video. Tell us what's the business.
Let us know.
Give us your reason for not starting right now. And if you want to be updated on future episodes, hit that bell. And we out.